Very big fan of Kirstie Alley here. I will watch anything she has done, and when you put Mark Harmon into the mix, I'm definitely going to pay attention. I finally got round to seeing Summer School, which is the 1987 film directed by Carl Reiner, and the verdict is it's not as bad as I thought. There are some moments that are a bit cheesy and cliche, but I think it has a nice vibe and it's moderately funny. And one of the reasons it works well is because of Mark Harmon and his character and what he brought forward to this. Think of this as an exceptionally watered down Dead Poet Society. No, I can't even bring myself to make that comparison. That's not fair at all. But it is quite inspiring when you look at the characters and what they're trying to do. It's quite fun, and I really like Kirstie Alley. So this is all about this gym teacher called Mr. Shoop, Freddy Shoop, played by Mark Harmon, and he has to teach remedial English. It's a summer school for people who have failed English, and he doesn't really have any classroom teaching experience because he is a gym teacher. But one thing leads to another, there's nobody else available, he has to take this class. And obviously, the students in this class don't really want to be there. We have a whole range of characters and character personalities. We have the girl who's just a bit off in a daze and doesn't pay attention. We have the two boys who are kind of entrepreneurial, but not. You can tell they've been smoking something for a very long time. There's the kid who should be really intelligent, but for whatever reason hasn't managed to pull his socks up that semester. There's the girl who is quite heavily pregnant and has let her grade slide. A great mix of personalities to kind of make the classroom environment quite lively. Obviously, Shoop doesn't know what he is doing, but he realizes that he's going to actually have to try and get these students to pass. Otherwise, his actual job might be at risk. So he enlists the help of the teacher next door, who is teaching honour students a class. I believe it was history, I could be wrong. But this is obviously Kirstie Alley, and she plays Miss Bishop, Robin Elizabeth Bishop, and she and Mr. Shoop are kind of polar opposites in many ways, but she does agree to help him, and he comes up with a bargain. The students all ask him for one wish, and in return, they will listen in class, they will do a bit of homework, they will actually try and study. And I thought that was quite nice. They're doing something for him, he's doing something for them, he's inspiring them to learn, even though it is kind of through bribery. But I thought it was pretty decent. And you kind of, for me, I kind of thought I'm not going to like these students because I am, self-confessed nerd. I get it. I'm not going to like the attitude of these students. But as the film progresses, they go through some really nice character development that's really pleasing to see. But it's not so severe that they just switch who they are. There are some films like this where a character will go from being completely uninterested in school to being swapped, basically. Not the case here. It's very believable character progression, but it's quite moving and emotional as well. And Shoop gets to know his students, we get to learn more about them, and we get to see that most of them are not just lazy layabouts. Some of them actually have kind of deeper rooted reasons for why they either are not bothered about the class or why they haven't been able to pass. And I think that's really sweet. It gives it a bit more dimension. The relationship that may or may not develop between Shoop and Miss Bishop kind of takes a back seat a lot of the time. It is about the students, but I do like the on-screen scenes with Mark Harmon and Kirstie Alley. I think they have a really, really enjoyable on-screen chemistry, and I love Kirstie Alley. I can't help it. There's one scene that I loved where Shoop is leaning against a doorway and she just kind of ducks under his arm and swans out. I'm pretty sure that's the scene where she's wearing double denim. My memory could be failing me. It might not be double denim, but I'm pretty sure it was. But it's really enjoyable. Courtney Thorne-Smith is in this. She plays Pam. Pam as a character is very annoying, but it's a really great performance. I enjoyed this film more than I thought. I didn't absolutely adore it. I will probably not watch it again. Maybe I'll watch some Kirstie Alley scenes. And Mark Harmon's performance, as I said, a lot of the reason I enjoyed this was because of his character, and the way he interacted with the kids, the way, his attitude, the way he spoke to Kirstie Alley, Miss Bishop. For me, he was the driving force behind this. But the students and their development and the way that kind of The pacing of that development was also really enjoyable. I didn't find it overly funny. I found it interesting, not laugh out loud funny, but still enjoyable. As I said, probably won't end up watching it again, at least not all the way through, but I am happy that I have seen it at least once.